And we are back. Samir, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So we're still at the Edge AI Foundation event in Austin. Nice social events. Samir with us. Samir, you just started a new business. So before we get into the topic of similarity between IoT and Edge AI that you've noticed in your not short time, because you've been in that business for some time, but you still noticed immediately. Tell us about your new business. What are you doing these days?
So as for me, I've been CEO and entrepreneur in the B2B tech field for a while.
Yep.
I sold a company in IoT and embedded software recently to Avnet, and then I decided after last summer to start something new.
Yeah.
On the statement that a lot of tech companies struggle to sell and make money, and I'm helping B2B tech companies to make money, basically. And even though that looks like a wide statement, I was managing a 200 people company, so it was a kind of scaling phase.
Yeah.
And I'm helping.
Successful company.
Yeah. Indeed. Better be successful. So the idea is to work as a fractional CRO.
Okay.
Or fractional XO, but mostly CRO.
Okay.
And help them build the right team, put them in the condition of success, build the right foundation in marketing and sales, processes, tooling, routines, etc. So I work mostly with tech funders.
Okay.
Not so small companies. Usually it can be ranging from 50 to 100 people.
Okay. Yeah.
They've been so far with their existing team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now they want to level up.
Gotcha. Okay. And how much of the technology field you're coming from is IoT, connecting things, grabbing insight or determining insight. There was some AI involved at some level. We were not talking that much about it. And then taking action on that insight, right? So that was what IoT and the cloud for IoT was about. And how much of the AGI conversation are you having with customers these days? As in, what the stages of their development is at? Are they still struggling at connecting stuff? Or are they already at the stage where you want to bring AI to the edge? Yeah.
I think we've been a bit overlooking IoT, meaning a lot of people say, yeah, IoT is a failure. We thought about so many devices and where are they? Where is the money?
Yeah.
Actually, it's there. The reason why we don't talk about IoT anymore is because it's there. It's done. For most companies, it's done.
Yeah.
So there are still laggards, but I won't talk about that. But if you look at the prediction of IoT in 2015, people were saying 15 billion devices in 2025.
Yeah.
We are at 18 billion devices. So it's not that far. It's not like an order of magnitude far. So they were a bit over optimistic, but it's there. And as well for the money, people say, yeah, but Microsoft stopped and Google stopped, etc. But a lot of people did money in the IoT. Service company, hardware vendors, framework vendors, even Microsoft thanks to the past, or Google, etc. So I would say that a lot of companies are IoT enabled. Actually, so it's there, and it's probably where we don't see it anymore because it's done.
It's mature. It's pervasive. It's here. It's like
and it's spread across different verticals now. So it's not only IoT. It's there, and they're ready for the next wave, which is Edge AI probably, and the same will happen. Edge AI. We will look at it, and when it will be done, we will say,
what was it? Where was it? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of buzz around AGI because of the word AI that, to me, touches consumers, where IoT was not really touching consumers. So the general public, anyone, if you go talk to your grandma, she heard about AI, right? Like, most people out there have not ever heard about IoT. I think that's one of the big differences. And Edge AI will definitely benefit from that, visibility. Or even though people have heard about AI, Gen AI, and just putting that big moniker of AI on, that's okay, that's fine. But did you see, talking about, how people know Edge AI and compared to IoT, do you see similarities in the way, as a buzzword, a buzz technology, IoT came in, and how Edge AI is coming in as well? Are there similarities, things that you can compare?
Definitely. I think first, Because at the end of the day, those technologies are for OEM or device makers that bring new features to the devices, and so they have more value for end users.
Yeah.
Be it B2C or B2B. I think the IoT was definitely a good pretext for that, and for people to renew their devices for something connected and have new features. For B2C, we had the wearables, we had the smart devices, etc. So it had created a wave of innovation and new products volume. And we saw after COVID times that electronic market and the device market was struggling because when people have things, they have those things. But unless you get some new features that makes the previous device look old, outdated, people won't buy something new.
Which Apple did really well with their phones.
Yeah, but to look at treadmills or look at tractors or washing machines, when you have it, you have it.
Yeah.
And so Edge AI will be that new thing that will bring new features that will make the previous innovation makes the previous thing deprecated.
Yeah.
And you don't realize it unless when you have that new device, you look at the old one.
Yeah.
And Edge AI will do the same. So that's the first similarity. It will be the nice pretext for a new wave of innovation and drive new growth for OEMs, etc. Like it or not. And second thing, more on the ecosystem side of things, or more on the offer side of things. That was for the demand. On the offer side of things, definitely, and especially the fact that in IoT you have Edge, and in Edge AI you have Edge. And that follows the same dynamics.
Okay. Interesting. So, Samir, tell me, you're engaging with these companies who have a B2B business. They're asking you, I want to do Edge AI. What's your first question to them? How do you react? How do you help them navigate that new world? What is your first recommendation or question that you're asking them?
The first one, but everybody says that, so I won't spend too much time on that, is why and what, meaning what's the value added, what's your value proposition, which problem do you want to solve? But I hope that people are over that now.
Yeah, I hope.
Then there is a big risk with those things, which is where is the money?
Yeah.
Where is the money? The trend is there, but who will make money out of that?
Mm-hmm.
And how that market will be structured, because as of now it's Wild West, and people hope that it will structure. People hope that they will be the one platform. People hope that they will be the one solution. Everybody wants to be that. My assumption is it will remain like that, meaning it will still be a Wild West 5 years from now.
Okay.
So where people want to sit in that Wild West, don't have that kind of impression that you can be the one that will rule the platform, the framework, the solution. That won't happen.
Yeah.
So where do you want to stand?
Interesting. Yeah, I like that. I like that approach. Other question for you, last one certainly. So because there are similarities between IoT and Edge AI, both in terms of the tech, buzz, and whatever, but it's also because there's, as we were saying, edge in both. So there's going to be the same people sometimes who are evolving from being pure IoT to embracing Edge AI. And maybe they have learned from their mistakes in IoT and will do things a bit differently. Do you think that's going to be the case? Do you think that's going to be something where we've been learning from the IoT domain space and we'll do it a bit differently and more efficiently? Or
some will.
Yeah, some will. Okay.
Some won't. I think when I hear some messages of people talking about platforms, things like that, I say, okay, they haven't learned. Look at the IoT platforms. We had at the top of the hype curve probably 600 or 700 platforms.
We're talking with Rob Tiffany about that, the fact, or Pete, I don't recall, but we're talking about the fact that everyone was selling an IoT platform, not an IoT vertical solution solving a problem, but a platform that was generic for customers to build something with. So you think the same is going to happen?
I think the same is going to happen. People will do the same mistake. Some won't, but it's natural. Meaning, in any wave of innovation, you would have 5% of winners and 95% of valley of death and losers or people that. But yes, it will happen the same. And the one thing we can learn from the edge is it's real world.
Yeah.
And real world has a lot of variety and versatility. Unlike IT, like a server and a gateway, they are brothers. I mean, it's the same thing. A tractor and a coffee machine and a smartwatch, they don't have much in common. It's technology, but they don't have much in common.
Sure.
They have different CPUs, they have different form factors, they have different price points, they have different physical constraints.
Yeah.
And so whenever people try to kind of platformize or unify, I'm a bit scared. Like, guys, it's really tough. Yeah. And even the big ones with deep pockets, they gave up on IoT. Microsoft is a really good example. They stopped their IoT hub initiative in that case. They continue with their past offering, platform as a service offering, because they do a lot of money with that. So they do money with IoT, but not where they thought they would. And it's really tough to be doing money at scale on the edge because there is no scale.
Interesting.
No one makes big scale in those except car industry or smart.
Except consumers.
Yes.
Like consumer, like smartphones is consumer.
Smartphone, cars. But beside that, all the mid-market, which is doing like 5,000 units, 50,000 units, there is no scale. And so big ones, they don't want to spend so much money and serving those customers and customizing and having professional services in an area. But it's there. So they try to get the unified platform. You can't, even with deep pockets. So I think that's one of the key learning we can have from IoT. And it will be the same with Edge AI. Keep in mind that it's a fragmented market with a lot of small customers that need specific solution. So to me, the ones that will make money and win are the ones that are the closest to the solution for customers.
Interesting. When we were talking before that, we were talking also about a story with Google, like making it, not making it, and having an interesting approach. Like, tell me that story again, because that was super interesting to see, your take on what can work and what can fail for AGI.
Yeah, that's really interesting because Google was the first one to drop their IoT platform like in time. 4 years ago.
True.
4 years ago. And we're all shocked, like,
what's going on?
So I think they've learned. And so if you look at what they do on Edge AI, they have a really different approach. They have Gemini, which is their flagship. Gemini is what will make money for Google. Gemini is on computers, on Gmail, and they will offer that as well to people wanting to do physical AI or Edge AI. But Gemini is closed source. This is where they will do the money. They will sell the model. And then you have like the little brother, which is called Gemma. And Gemma is open source. Gemma is for edge devices. And it's fully open source. And why so? Because they don't want the hurdle of dealing with all the customization and all the support that you have to do with edge and little customers. Say, okay, that technology is Gemini approved. It has some of the feature of Gemini. And take it and customize it as you like. It's open source. We don't make money on that, but we'll make money at the end of the model anyway.
Gotcha.
So that's really interesting. I think this is where the market will go. And they've learned a lot from IoT. I think we should look carefully at what they do because that's a really interesting.
So they're not looking at making money immediately. They're looking at the attach to the bigger service that will make the money.
And plus, we know the engineers in our market, they like to customize things. They like to touch, to twist. And I think going open source is a really, really smart.
Far away. Awesome. Samir, brilliant. Nice insights. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for your time. It was great.